Hi, this is Sophia, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how I draw an eye. Feel free to grab a pencil and paper and draw along with me. So, the first thing that I usually do is start off with drawing just a circle, just like that. Next, I make an arc kind of on top of the circle, like this. I'll give you a little moment to do that if you're following along. It doesn't have to look exactly like mine. After that arc is done, I do another one just like that on the bottom of the circle. And they should connect at the very two ends. Then I draw the tear duct, which is where our tears come out when we cry, right here at this corner, at this left corner. It's just gonna look like a little curve. Next is the eyelashes. This part is a little bit tricky, but I bet you can do it. Just do a couple little curves coming off of this top line. Just like that. If you do that all the way across, those can be your top eyelids. If you prefer to just do them in one spot on the top eyelid, that's okay too. You can make your eye look however you want. Once you're done with the top eyelids, then it's time to start on the bottom ones, which is exactly the same thing, you just do it right beneath. I like to go all the way across with mine so that it covers it all, but you don't have to. It should look something like this. Next, we're going to be focusing on this inner part of the eye, this circle that we very first drew. What we're going to do first, or what I like to do, is to add a little box up here, or a little like rectangle in this corner of the eye. That's going to be where our light is shining on the eye. It's kind of like a reflection. Next, you do the pupil. The pupil is the little black dot in the middle of the eye. That's where the light comes in. I like to just go in circles with my pencil until it's nice and dark. But you can do it any way you'd like to. You can also make the pupil really tiny or really big if you like to. I'm going to make mine about this size, and then I'm going to start making some lines coming out of it like this, connecting to the outer part of the circle. Kind of like rays of the sun. Just coming out. But for this part, you want to be careful not to draw inside this rectangle that we made earlier, because that's going to stay white because it's going to look like light hitting the eye. You can make some lines darker than others. You can make them all dark. If you have colors, you can make this part with all the lines, you can make it a certain color. That's actually, that's called the iris. The colored part of your eye. When you're done doing your iris, it's time for the eyebrow. This isn't actually a part of the eyeball, but I like to do it because they kind of go side by side. I usually start with doing a line right above the tear duct here. It's right here. And I do this different ways depending on how I'm trying to draw the eye. But in this case, you're just gonna go up and down with your pencil and just go all the way across the eye. Just up and down with your pencil. If your line starts to tilt, that's okay too, kind of like mine's doing. In fact, that makes it easier to have a point at the end. But you don't need a point at the end if you don't want it. If you'd like to go over it when you're done to make it a little bit less spiky on the top, you can do that as well. Eyebrows change. Different people's eyebrows are very different. It's kind of like a rainbow going over the eye. Now it's time to go back, and anything you see that you want to change, you can go ahead and change it, because this eye can look however you like it to. And when it looks how you like it, then you're done. One other optional thing that I do sometimes is from this tip right here, from this tip of the eyebrow, sometimes I like to do a line coming down, just a very light line coming down, like that, because that's actually the bridge of the nose. That's actually the beginning of the nose. But you don't have to do that part if you don't want to. And that's the entire eye. Thank you so much for watching.